Hi everyone, Vince here. I'm putting some reward apps to the test for you all today. I hope you all enjoy. First up, we have an app called PlayWell. Now this is what PlayWell looks like when you launch it up. At the top of the screen, you have your account level and your account balance. As you can see, I have 7,700 of the coins. That is right everyone, we have a coin-based currency system here, but unlike a majority of the play and earn style of application we've seen throughout the year so far, this one actually is not one of these 3-hour applications. So let me just break down my experience with PlayWell. The whole concept is that you play games in order to actually generate these coins, and each game is obviously going to have a different amount of coins you can get for completing various tasks within it. At least right now in Australia, they have some sort of surprise reward system going on for 20,000 of the coins. And the way that that system works, supposedly if you download a new game, they'll give you 20,000 coins, but you have to play it for more than 3 minutes. And obviously you can't have played it before on the application. And the way you can find that out is by the My Games area. You can see 2 different games I actually played for today's video. It even has the amount of playtime you put into the game. Something I will say is that the library of games that are available on PlayWell are actually quite impressive. You usually don't see this type of catalog for an application that has playtime rewards offers in it. Now, to be fair, you'll find that a majority of these offers are actually very difficult to complete the more you use them. For instance, with my Island King offer here, while we have the goal to reach a certain threshold of playtime, for this one, for instance, it's 90 minutes. I've actually completed 2 of the offers that were available, and that's just the simple playtime reward, reach a certain number of minutes threshold. I found that it would take a very long time to complete a majority of the offers that would give a bulk amount of the coin. So that's something to always pay attention to with these style of apps. Obviously, it's not as easy as they're gonna make it look. Funny enough, here in Australia, they even have TikTok available. I would treat every game and application on PlayWell as like an offer wall type of situation where you have to reach certain thresholds in order to actually get those coins. I just want to say, as always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy what I do here on YouTube every single week. Thank you all so much. In regards to the cash out options, here in Australia, I have PayPal currency with the minimum being 70 cents for 100,000 of the gold coins. And obviously, the higher amount you try and take out, the more discount they offer. Although keep in mind, there is a 5% PayPal fee supposedly. There is also Amazon as well with a $7 minimum here in Australia for almost 1 million of the coins there. Let me just break down how my test went. I was able to withdraw 70 cents worth of currency after 2 hours of using PlayWell. And as you can see, it does state that that withdrawal was actually successful. And I am happy to say that yes, it did hit my PayPal account within about 2 days or so, at least in my experience. But the main reason for that is because I was greeted to a new user sign up bonus that gave me a majority of the coins for the withdrawal. So I have no idea how it's going to be like in your own country. While they do have a streak system as well that will give extra coins, I feel like the ultimate objective is to obviously get you swapping between all the new games, hence why they're trying to entice you with that 20,000 coin bonus. Either way, that's my experience with PlayWell. Definitely not the worst app we've seen by far. Whether or not it's worth your time, it's up to you. Here in Australia, I just don't think it's there yet. But again, you can do whatever you want with the information, all right? Let's move on to the next app. Next up, we have EarnStar. So this is what EarnStar is looking like these days. Top of the screen, of course, you have your account balance. Mine's in USD currency. Underneath that, we have the prize draw area and your account level. You see, on prize draw, everyone, at least here in my country, they offer up a free prize draw every single time you reach $5. Not only that, when you level up on EarnStar, they actually give you level up rewards. Here you can see that I can get 30 cents USD once I reach $3.60 for that next level. You see, little bonuses like that are actually very helpful, and a lot of applications don't have this system. Now, this is the Earn home screen, okay? And what I like to do is just browse through it quickly to get a general idea of what to expect. But towards the bottom of the screen, you have the actual categories area where you have surveys, games, of course your home and account area. Jumping over to the surveys option, here in Australia, I have a $10 survey available for $2.40 USD. And as you can see, the prices keep on going down the further I scroll down the list. Again, Very straightforward, and actually some pretty solid prices there. Always remember though, with surveys, there's no guarantee, okay? And there's always going to be disqualifications, screen outs. I even get it all the time, everyone. And to be fair, they can be very frustrating. Although with the games area, straight away we have a Fish of Fortune offer for over $1,000 USD. And obviously scrolling down, we're going to have many opportunities available, all with their own various difficulty, okay? So please do not get it twisted. I have to say on nearly every single video, just because an application offer is going to be offering quite a large sum, do not think that it's possible for you just to cruise through and get it, okay? Almost every single offer on these offer walls takes a large amount of time, and some will even require money for you to actually make some decent progress on them. In fact, sometimes it might not even track your progress properly, so you really have to be careful, okay? But here's a Goblin Miner offer for almost $1,500 USD. That is massive. Funny enough, they're still rocking their leaderboard system as well, where they're giving away, at least today, up to $128 on the daily leaderboard. And remember, that changes every single day. You'll notice here that the top users are actually getting a little share of that revenue from the leaderboard. Again, another incentive. It seems the leaderboard actually goes all the way down to 250 users, dude. Now, when it comes to withdrawal options, in Australia, I have PayPal, Revolut, Virtual Visa, and 99 gift cards. Now, the minimum in Australia for PayPal is $2 worth of Australian currency or $1.43 worth of USD. Now, majority of the gift cards as well seem to be hovering around $3.58 USD to around $10 USD, just depending on which business you're actually going to be going through. Again, depending on your country, obviously the options are going to be completely different. Either way, let me just break down my test for you all. I withdrew $5 worth of Australian currency, and I'm very happy to say that yes, it did arrive straight away to my PayPal account, at least in my experience here in Australia. So realistically, everyone, EarnStar for me is still a very solid little application. Now, to be fair, it's definitely not the highest application we've seen, but in 2026, it is much better than a lot of the applications hovering around the market right now. Let's just hope things improve fast. Either way, let's move on. All right, next up, we have my new little favorite segment that I like to do in these videos, opening up Pokemon tins and card packs to see the value, okay? Think of this as like a value check, and it kind of suits pretty well into the series that I do here on YouTube, because technically, everyone, each one of these cards has their own market value, which you're seeing right now. Now, this Lumiose City tin actually cost me $25, everyone, and you'd expect some sort of decent value out of it, but I don't think we're going to actually get that lucky, as you can see on the video right now. Granted, I did manage to nab a decent pull there, but that's kind of irrelevant, because realistically, unless you're going to get many decent pulls, you're not really going to make back the value of the card pack or tin that you've just opened. And that's why people generally hoard these tins and don't open them just to resell them on eBay or like Facebook Marketplace, for instance, which I don't want to do. I actually enjoy opening up the packs to see what kind of cards we can pull, because I feel like that's the whole point of the game in general, okay? So the Lumiose City tin has given us 2 packs, a picture and a sticker, and the total value we have left after opening those 2 packs is $19.48. Sadly, not a return on investment there at the moment. Next up, we have Lovely Plants. So this is what Lovely Plants looks like these days. Top left corner of the screen, we have our apple-based currency. You can see I have 72,000 apples in the balance right now. To the right of that, we have our gem-based currency, which we'll need to use to actually grow the tree. You see, everyone, we have apples all over the screen, and tapping on these apples will add to our overall balance, okay? Very straightforward concept here. At the bottom of the screen, we have the various activities to spend our gems on, such as watering the plant or fertilizing it. Now, before moving on, let me just break down the currency system. So here in Australia, 20,000 of the apples converts into $2 USD, and that sets the tone for the currency, everyone. 10,000 of the apples converts into $1. And that goes all the way up to 250,000 of the apples for $25 USD. So now you know that, I can break down the various offer walls on Lovely Plants. In fact, they do actually have a full playtime reward system. Now, the prices, in my opinion, are very average to a little bit below average, so Just keep your expectations realistic with this one. Whereas with the offer wall section, we have a little bit more variety. For surveys, they do have Pollfish and CPX Research, but I do like CPX Research more personally. And the highest survey I can get is $1.20 USD for 6 minutes of my time. And that continues to go down, obviously, the further we go down the list, okay? Very common sense there. And they do have AH Studios as well, and just keep in mind, even though some of the prices may be appealing, doesn't mean they're actually going to be worth the time, or you're actually going to be able to complete them in time without spending some sort of currency yourself, okay? I figured for today's video, I'd see how Lovely Plants is still going, as it's been a very long time since I covered it on the channel. I am happy to say, everyone, I withdrew $40 worth of USD currency that I generated via referrals over the last 2 years almost, and it did hit my PayPal account, at least in my experience, okay? Although it did take 3 days or so. So it was actually very nice to see that Lovely Plants is still alive and kicking even in 2026. Now, whether or not it's worth your time and effort, that's completely up to you. In my opinion, it's decent for what it offers, okay? Don't stop watching now. Head over straight to my channel and check out almost 1,000 reviews, everyone. Catch you all next time.